Hello everyone and welcome, my name is Red. This is a role guide for tanks in Final Fantasy XIV. Let's get started. Throughout this guide you'll find the basics for starting your journey as a tank, and useful tips of how to set a tanking mentality. Overall, this will help you start right off the bat with the role, or if you have already started it, you could find new ways to improve it. Tanking is about taking the heat of the battle to your doorstep. It's about taking big, deadly hits to the face and coming back for more. But that is just the tip of the iceberg. Tanking has much more to it. At first some people find this role intimidating and complex, but with dedication and experience you can find yourself truly enjoying this role. Now, each and every role in Final Fantasy XIV has its own weight, difficulty and importance within the party. In the same way, each and every one contributes with different elements. Tanks, for instance, have the most defense and the largest HP pool of all the roles in the game. The larger the HP bar, the larger the mid shield. The party will heavily rely on us to endure most of the damage dealt by minions and bosses. So the most important rule for tanking, mobs' attention, is our first priority. Having the enemy's attention, or aggro, means that the enemies will focus their attacks on us, leaving the rest of our party alone, for most of the time. Receiving most of the damage is tough, but man, we tanks are tougher. In order to do it efficiently, you will need to consider mitigating damage spikes with cooldowns. Damage spikes may come from tank busters, which are heavy hitting attacks, or multiple minions. As a tank, most of the runs, your party will expect you to set the pace by deciding how many groups of minions will you pull and with which frequency. You'll be in charge of deciding the size of the pulls and so the speed of the run. Pulling will require you to position the mobs in a certain way that will benefit the party by leaving the DPS and the healer out of harm's way. By positioning your pulls correctly, you will be also helping your DPS boost their damage. Pulling is the equivalent of grabbing a pack of minions' attention. You can do it by running at the group or by attacking one of the members. After grabbing the attention of the pack, you can choose between running back to your party or to the spot you want to tank. Or on the other hand, you can run towards other groups to keep pulling more and more packs. Things to take into account when pulling is first of all your experience. Your experience will yield your confidence to pull more packs and build bigger pulls. If you are starting to take on the role or the game, I suggest to start slowly with the small groups of enemies. Remember, it's all about control. Knowing the limits of the damage you can take and the support and damage and heals your party can provide is the key. As a tank, you should consider also your party's gear and level when pulling. You will need to look for the correct ratio between speed and smoothness in a run.
Yeah, I died.
No!
But they grant you heal from the stars above you.
Big pulls not always mean faster clears, as wiping your party takes time and, well, the life out of your friends. The thing that makes a tank able to maintain control and enmity during any fight is the tanking stance. Each job has its own tanking stance that boosts the enmity you generate. You can toggle it on and off as much as you want without any damage penalty, but unless you are not the main tank, you will want to keep it on at all times. The aggro bar indicates who has the enmity of each minion and so who's the target. As a tank, you must always have high enmity and be the target. That means all aggro bars must be red. There is a ranking system that helps you track the particular enmity in each target. The party member with an A is the party member holding the aggro. The numbers indicate who follow in line. Consider this when making your rotations. For example, if you're facing a pack of many minions, you should be using your rotation that deals AoE damage to keep all the mobs aggro. If the pack reduces in size or you are facing just one enemy, you should change to your 1v1 rotation. Even though tanks have mighty flesh and strong enduring bones, we have gone further. We have trained ourselves to endure savage blows by using special techniques known as cooldowns. Cooldowns are actions that can be done outside of the global cooldown. You can pop them while doing your rotations or by waiting for your next healing chain. Commendations are heading your way if you use them properly, as it will make the life of your healer a lot easier. We are
big, brutal, savage, handsome mountains of HP with high defense protein shakes.
But we still rely on our healers to keep us alive most of the time. Give them and yourself a hand. Avoid certain doom just by using your cooldowns. Cooldowns mitigate damage by amplifying the healing you take, boosting your defense or parrying attributes, or by rendering yourself immune to damage. Remember, use them wisely. There are job-specific cooldowns and role cooldowns. Check them out to know what situations are more suited for each ability. Try using them under different circumstances, as only experience and practice will tell you which type of pulls to use them or when to combine them. Try to learn as much as you can in each run, as only time and experience will polish your skill. Here we have the bread and butter of the game. The entire game revolves around chaining the correct skills in the right order to boost their damage or trigger the special effects they have. By doing the sequences correctly, you can match your rotation and your cooldowns, doing beastly damage or resisting insane punishment. Most of the tanking jobs have two different rotations. One that will let you deal area of effect damage, and another one to focus on destroying your foes 1v1. My advice is to use them accordingly. If you're pulling a pack of various minions, use the AoE rotations. If you must burst one mob or you're taking on a single target, use the latter one. Threading your cooldowns into your rotations will allow you to reach a higher level of depth and fun within any job, especially tanks. But you need to watch out as certain cooldowns or skill will cancel your current rotation chain. Interrupting your rotations will be punishing and you'll have to start them all over again. In that way you'll be reducing your damage input and also reducing the generation of any job-specific energy needed for your job mechanics. Even though we have stated before that interrupting your rotations is punishing, it may be convenient depending on the situation. Getting out of your rotation to save one of your teammates or yourself, or also regaining control of a group of minions or regaining enmity of a boss, is a priority number one for any tank. And this will be more valuable to your party. Learning to prioritize skills and addressing circumstances correctly will only come with experience. But keep in mind that rotations are not static. A tank must be flexible enough to decide whether or not to continue a chain or just to postpone it in favor of supporting the party. Remember, as tanks our main goal is not to deal the most damage, and I can't stress this enough. Tanking is not about how hard you can hit, it's about how much you can take without needing a swift cast race. The safety of our party depends on your survival. You are the iron wall between hordes of bloodlusting mobs and your happy squishy friends. Prioritize correctly. Healing, covering, mitigating damage to you or your party. Even moving away from an AoE must come first. Damage will soon follow. Eating raw amounts of damage for breakfast is any tank's favorite thing, but interrupting and stunning should be any tank's second favorite thing. Many of the most annoying or damaging skills in the game can be stopped by using low blow or interject. Shadowbringers comes with the new addition of the interrupting system, in which certain actions can be interrupted by using interject. You can tell which ones because they stand out from the rest. They are highlighted in the enemy casting bar. This will help you mitigate a lot of damage or avoid stun or crowd controlling effects. Doing this correctly will take a load off the back of your healers. Step up your game. In some fights, stunning and interrupting can be crucial for you and your party. Remember, wiping is never an option. Practice makes perfect. Remember that everything comes with experience, and by continuously playing any given job or role, you will improve at it. Keep on flexing those tanned iron muscles, and soon enough you will become a seasoned tank. Know your cooldowns. The more you explore any job, the more fun you will have with it. As you get to know your mechanics and excel on them, you will get to use your cooldowns correctly, pushing your limits further. Improve, adapt, overcome. Never be afraid to ask and investigate. There's no shame on trying to become better. Let people know you're learning and improving. That way people may offer advice or even help you polish those little details. You have heard a lot in this guide. You have heard words like prioritize, priority, but remember, stick to the basics. Get the aggro, survive, support. That's the hang of it. Thanks a lot for your time. Be sure to check out our other guides and we'll be more than glad to see you tune in to our Twitch stream. All the information is in the description below. This was Red. Stay strong, stay awesome. Peace.